Hello, Earth signs, and welcome to your new moon in Pisces Astro Oracle messages with me, Shakti Sanja. There is an intro to give you an overview of the astrology and everything happening in the cosmos, that great beyond that is within us. There's an intro video on this playlist or in my YouTube videos, however you're watching this. So please go check that out first and then watch this for your elemental reading for your sun, sign, rising, and north node. And if you don't know what that is, check the link below to learn about your astro chart or get a reading with me. We can do a 20-minute reading. We can do an hour-long astro coaching session, really get in there. If you want to meet me, if you want to talk, if you want to learn back and forth, let's do it. All right, so I'm going to jump right in. All right, my beautiful earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Here is your first question. What are you drawn to create right now? What are you drawn to create for this Pisces new moon? And I'm going to pull a goddess card for you because goddesses are all about creation. Ooh, Ellen. This beautiful Celtic Irish goddess, Ellen patterned. She's called Ellen of the Ways, right? So what you're being drawn to create is a new path, a new pathway. And you're being drawn to identify your patterns, right? The patterns that you've used to create before. Like maybe there's a methodology that you have. Maybe there's a tried and true method or pattern that you go about things, like you start here and then you do this, and then there's the middle, and then there's this, receding action, and then there's the end and the completion, and then what do you do after something's done, right? So looking at your patterns, maybe even working with a coach, or looking up some tools for you to look at your patterns of creation, how you've created your life, how you've created your career, your relationships, your love life so far. And what you want to create is new patterns, right? So you want to revive and create new patterns so you can go a different way, so you can find a new way, so you can be in a new space and time. So that is what you're wanting to create, is clarity and awareness of your own patterns, and then a new set of patterning for you will emerge so that you can get to a different place, right? Because I have a sense like you've almost plateaued and you've gotten where you've gotten knowing what you know, and to get to the next place you're going to have to do and be different, right? So you can't get where you want to go doing what you did before, right? It's that like clear tenet of leadership, of growth, of transformation, right? So if you want to have a new experience, you have to grow a new experience. You have to find a new way to get there. All right, next question. Oh, I'm feeling really hot right in my lower back, which has to do with like our sacral chakra and our money center. So a lot of this, what I just said, like new patterns in money, in sexuality, in relationships, how you make money, how you create love in your life is being emerged. All right, so what dream is emerging from your deep desire? So what dream of yours is emerging from your deepest, most soulful, most in your body desires? And I'm going to pull the tarot card for this. La 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 la. La 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 la. Dum dum dum. La 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 la. Anyway, that's my song for your deepest desires and dreams. Maybe it's to listen to music, or to do music, or to make music, right? Let that be true for you. Ooh, some cards flipped upside down. Anything else flip? Wow. Okay. What dream is emerging from your deep desire? Okay, this is so interesting. We have the Nine of Wands in the reverse. We have the the Knight of Swords, and then we also have the Ace of Swords. So what desire is emerging is like, maybe you felt like this is the sign, like my favorite therapist and tarot card reader on YouTube, on the internet, in the world, is the woke therapist, Princess India. And she always says that this is the PTSD card. So this is kind of the sign of like, you fought a good battle, you fought the good fight, you've done what you needed to do, you've done your patterns, you've learned the ways that you do things in life, but you're exhausted and it's not giving you the results that you want. And that's actually changing. So your level of like exhaustion, tiredness, feeling like you need to rest and take a break is changing and shifting up. And what's next for you is like new ideas, new epiphanies. So you have like brilliant ideas. You have brilliant ideas that have come to the forefront, like a Ace of Wands. It's like, oh my gosh, it's an epiphany. It's a lightning rod of information. And you get to start moving forward with that. You get to start taking action towards those new ideas. So what your heart wants you what desires are deep within you, what dream you have is you have this dream of no longer feeling like tied down, and you want to just move forward with this beautiful, brilliant epiphany and idea that you had. And that is exactly what you need to get clear on. Like, what is that idea? What's the first thing that comes to mind? Is it building something? Is it creating something? Is it writing a book? Is it teaching in some way, right? You have to start knowing that that deep desire becomes your dream, and then it becomes the thing that you create a plan and a road to get towards, right? So this revelation, these ideas of yours are starting to emerge, and that exhaustion is dissipating. That's pretty great. That's pretty awesome, earth signs. Lots of air energy there. So your intellectual stimulation is important with this project and the new way that you're going to be behaving. Okay, number 3, what does your intuition want you to create and desire next? So this is like deep in your intuition and your deep knowing what it is that you want to create and desire next. So I'm going to also pull a tarot card for that. What does your intuition want you to create and desire next? Okay, the Fool and Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. And there's a little bunny on the Queen of Pentacles and some grapes, and she's holding that. And she's kind of like this super abundant queen, just able to give and has lots of material wealth, and like invites you over because she has a beautiful guest room. And so, yeah, what your intuition is wanting you to do, it's wanting you to take a new adventure. It's wanting you to leap forward so you can actually change your relationship to money and material possessions so that this queen can go upright. It's like new fertility is coming into your life, new opportunities, but you do have to, like, you literally want to leap. You want to jump and leap and soar, but there's like a block with you financially that you feel is like stopping you. So your intuition knows that you need to actually be with your new ideas, be a fool, let yourself be a fool and be guided towards new things. And that's what you want to create. Like, let yourself desire your biggest dreams ever. Let yourself desire the thing that feels completely unpredictable and completely, almost like an illusion or like silly or foolish to go towards. Like, that's what you need to go towards, because that's what's going to change up this blocked financial and like material abundance and material security energy for you, is actually letting yourself have that desire, letting yourself have that dream, believing that you actually can step forward and jump off the ledge and be held and be safe and provided for and protected. That is what will serve you so much. My Capricorn, Taurus, Virgos, my loves. Yeah, like this is beautiful, like earth energy with like feminine compassion connected to it, but you got to believe that you're worthy of it, right? And this, he's like holding this little flower that looks like a dandelion seed, and that's where you make a wish, right? So you can make a wish and you have a loyal companion to come with you, but you got to change, you got to change shoes, you got to change states in order to do that. So let yourself dream big. Let yourself intuitively believe in what you believe is impossible. Joel Runyon has an awesome podcast and website all about that called Impossible Ventures and the Impossible Podcast. And if you need to see how someone went from like literally like being really down and out of their luck to being like on top of their game, running ultra marathons on all 7 continents of the world, check him out. The impossible is possible. You got to believe. You got to let yourself believe. You're not foolish for doing so. All right, number 4. What needs to heal deep in your psychology so that you can create more? What needs to heal deep in your psychology so that you can create more? I'm going to pull an animal card for this. Swan spirit. Right, beautiful. It says, time for a deep dive. So what needs to heal in your psychology is you actually haven't done really deep work. That sounds pretty intense to say, and there's like a block in my throat and in my heart as I say that, and you're kind of like, oh, it's like you get a frog in your throat as I say that, because you have done a lot of work, but you haven't really fully dove in. You haven't gone fully deep. You haven't gone to the core wound. Like, what I feel is like, in order for you to create and be able to be like really, really in love with your life and almost childlike with your life, is you need to go and heal childhood wounds. You need to go heal and be with your inner child. See what your inner child wants you to create. How would you nurture your inner child the way you nurture your children, the way you would nurture other children, the way you would want to nurture children, right? Go back and do deep work. Like, there's time for you to dive in and look at the times where you felt like an ugly duckling. And maybe that was what, like, that's mentality is what's stopping you from going forward and living this epiphany, living this new idea and creating it into manifestation, because you don't feel ready and capable. Like there's still something that you haven't healed. You haven't actually gone there. And maybe it's you have, but you have to actually start acting in accordance with it, right? Or you just need more therapy. Like you need to go to therapy, or you need to go see a coach, or you need to dive into this pattern even more to see why you're choosing it, right? Because there's something unconscious happening for you, right? There's something that you're not yet aware of. And on the other side of it is beautiful, graceful transformation, and you getting to live free and live joyfully and peacefully, like the swan emulates and embodies, right? So go in, go dive deep. You will be safe. You will be cared for. I'm here for you. The woke therapist is here for you. She's an amazing YouTuber. So maybe go check out your readings from her as well. That might help you see what some of those patterns are for you. She talks a lot about like subconscious programming, inner childhood patterns, like toxic patterns that we developed and how to heal from them. So go check out some of her stuff and you might even get something there for yourself. All right. Last question. What does your heart desire? What does your heart of hearts desire right now? And I'm going to pull a goddess card for that, because goddesses are all about desire, divine desire, and creation. Hestia, home in the reverse. So immediately, like home, she's the goddess of the heart. She creates a beautiful home, a beautiful, like loving sanctuary, right? And I just started scratching my face, which tells me that there's something that's like itching you about your home, about your life, about the way that you live, right? Your day to day. So what your heart really desires is this beautiful home that makes you feel at home, that makes you feel nurtured, that makes you feel like you have a nest to come back to and to bring people to and to socialize in, right? And to heal in. So what your heart really desires is for you to change your home and your living environment. And as an earth sign, like everything physical around you is very significant to you. It's very important to you. And honestly, your home and your space around you is a physical manifestation of your internal state, right? So if there's a mess or clutter or something that's not in alignment, or if there's a way that you're living in your home that isn't actually how you want to be living, that's a misalignment within your internal state, right? So let yourself evaluate and consider your home and your living environment and dream up a new one. Be foolish about what you want to dream. Let yourself live in the way that you would most desire to live, and then start making actions and new patterns in order to live that way. You can live in the home of your dreams. You can live in the day of your dream. And it doesn't have to be something super expensive. It just has to be, maybe for you, it's really minimalist, or maybe it has beautiful sanctuaries for like creativity, like books over here and drawing over here and instruments over there. Maybe you get to have a big kitchen so that you can have guests around, right? It's a reflection of your values. So let yourself believe that you can make that happen as well, right? This is all about taking what you think is like materially impossible, because you need to go deep healing, like release blocks of why you think something is impossible for you, especially in the material realm, especially in the realm of physical things, money, structures, like, just the fucking patriarchy, that whole system that keeps us really confined. You have to bust that up, and you have to bust that up by going deep within. And then you get to live joyfully and take that leap and create from your most brilliant ideas. So Earth signs, I hope this really served you. For sign specific readings, please head over to Vimeo. If you're one of my clients, you would have gotten the email. And if you're not, then donate any amount that you want, and you will receive all of the extended readings for the rest of the year, and you'll just be added onto the mailing list. I will see you there. Lots of love.